Huh. This is
In the
interesting.
dark of the night, when the moon's hanging low, there's a place where the
Okay.
wildest of tales start to grow. Below the skeleton, with his funny grin, and Vault his co-host, let the stories begin. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tell crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides, let's take a dive in the crypto secrets, we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more. Whispers of ghosts in the halls of the old, haunted by the memories of stories untold. Political shadows creeping in the night. Mo and Bolt, we're shining the light. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides, let's take a dive in the crypto secrets, we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more. In the world of games where the legends are born, Bolt's got the cheat codes and Mo's battle worn. Digital currency's changing the game. The world's in our hands and nothing's the same. Politics brewing like a storm in the night. We dig deep to find what's wrong and what's right. Specters of the past and futures untold. Mo and Bolt, we're breaking the mold. From the paranormal to the political scene, we dive into the unknown, if you know what I mean. Cryptocurrency madness, gaming world so vast, we're bringing you the future and echoes from the past. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides, let's take a dive in the crypto secrets, we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more. So gather round in the crypt tonight. Oh, and Vault will lead you to the light. From ghosts to politics, games and crypto too. These are the tales just for you. Tales from the crypto where the shadows come alive. Mo and Bolt are your guides, let's take a dive in the crypto secrets, we unravel the law. Hold on tight, cause we've got so much more.
OMI millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, yeah, you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we've been really on it. Bullish on it, cop an NFT every morning. OMI millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Moon boy, watch them charts start soaring. Crypto to a Lambo, it's a foreign. I've been all around the VV-verse, we've been touring. FOMO, fear, missing out while we scoring. OMI millionaire, cause you know when it rains, it be pouring. We was all investing, they was snoring. Now look at my collection, it's enormous. OMI millionaire. Bullish on that cryptocurrency, yeah, you know it. Ever since the pandemic, we've been really on it. Bullish on it, cop an NFT every morning. OMI millionaire, lifestyle never boring. Meet me there, on the moon, it's important. Thank you to everybody that supported. Now we poppin' champagne, that's important. And we kept playing the game, ain't aborted. Solid diamond hands are rewarded.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's time for this week's Tales from the Crypto with me and the big homie MoKnowz. I think Mo is back from getting his coffee. You there, Mo?
Yes, sir.
What's up, Mo? Last Mr. Bones. What happened to Mr. Bones, Mo?
Dude, Windows updates are a son of a bitch, man. Like, I've been busy, talk later on about what I've been up to. But I was like, oh, let me get set up for the show. Let me look into the Trump stuff, see if there's any updates. And then all of a sudden, Windows updates, fucking computers rebooting. And, my audio chain's a little more intricate. And something on the chain is just not functioning properly. I think my audio is working, but my video feed is not coming through. But we'll work on it.
No,
In the
you
meantime,
sound crisp. You sound good. I didn't get the update.
yeah, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I got fantasy draft tonight. We'll talk more about that. Sports. And yeah, other than that, man, what's up with you? How's your week?
Man, it's been a long weekend, kind of, because it's a 4-day weekend for my kid. They had yesterday off for the holiday, and they had today off for like parent-teacher conferences or something. We went to the Kentucky State Fair last weekend. This weekend we went to the World Fair, which I thought was going to be cool, but it was pretty much a food fest. So I ate some.
Ugh.
Every time I go to a fair, my favorite thing to get, even though it sounds homoerotic, I'm sorry, but I love them. Italian sausages. I don't you get all the onions on them. They're delicious.
Yes, sir. I mean, I am one of the, biggest purveyors of Italian sausage here. We sling them out in the Northeast, if you know what I mean. But
I don't. I
yeah,
don't
man.
want to know.
I feel like, skinny people like us taking us to like a food fair is like just counterproductive, right? Like
I can only eat at
we'll
one
go. I mean, I'll have
place.
like a something like a cannoli, maybe like a calzone or something, right? But
Yeah.
Italian sausage maybe. But I don't know. I don't really like to eat that much. I eat to live. I don't live to eat. You ever heard that saying?
Uh, no, but I understand what you're saying. You're not like a foodie.
Well, some people are like, oh, I gotta eat like a $200 steak or it's not a great dinner. I'm like, fuck that. As long as I don't die tomorrow from not eating, I'm good. You know?
Yeah,
And
it's true that.
if I have money or not, like, I'll go to, like, for instance, we go to what's it called, Texas Roadhouse.
Ooh,
I don't know if you guys have that.
of course.
But yeah, so it's like, like a cheaper, steakhouse, but dude, phenomenal food. You go there, you sit down, it's a little loud, you got a bunch of retards running around, but it's cool and it's cheap. I'm not spending, fucking 7,500, $200 on steak. No way.
No, no, absolutely not. Like Ruth Chris's or something. Although I do want to try it once because I hear it's delicious. But if you're talking Texas Roadhouse, you've got to mention the rolls, the best rolls in the game. I would go there on my lunch break sometimes and just get an order of the Texas Roadhouse rolls with their garlic, not garlic, cinnamon butter or something.
Cinnamon butter.
Shout out to
Yes,
everybody
sir.
in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this Tuesday. We got Rob T as always first in the chat. Good to see my man says hope everyone's doing well and also said to hit that like button. Hopefully the chat's working today. It looks like it is. It might take a minute to update once we get to the next scene with the chat showing. Shout out to Big A was kind of sort of first in the chat. Good to see my man Denny OC is here. Ahoy ahoy. Florida Estate Makeover is keeping an eye on us while he works. Yo, working. Late shift. That's rough. Alejandro's in the house. What's up, Alejandro, with the Batman badge? 3-year member. Appreciate you, bro. Rob T says,
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na.
yeah, a lot of people in here with OMI regret. We're going to talk about OMI because it has definitely been pumping. But then it came back down, of course, like it always does. So, all right, let's get into the show. Let's get to our first topic, the paranormal topic. We actually got 2 things to talk about. And it looks like the chat is working. That's what I love to see. Let's go.
Hey, things are working. Who'd have thought?
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. All right, the first one we're going to talk about is Gobekli Tepe. And do you guys in the chat know about Gobekli Tepe? Gobekli Tepe is like 10,000 years old, a little bit over 10,000, no, sorry, 12,000 years old. And whenever we were in school as old people, they told us the first civilization were the Sumerians, and the Sumerians are like 9,000 years old. So this is predating what we believed was the first, I don't know if I'm going to say civilization, but it's the first time people like settled down in one area instead of being like nomads and moving across the land. But now that you can find these Gobekli Tepe places, and there's actually several of them, and they're way older. So it's changing history right before our eyes, and some strange stuff is happening with it. You got those people that we always talk about, like the Egyptologists, who won't let anybody dig underneath the Sphinx or really investigate the pyramids the way we want to. It's those
Mr.
same type.
Hawass.
Yes, I can't remember his name like Mo does, but he's
The Wowie, fuck, I was calling him assholes. The
Zawawi.
asshole.
It's the same
He's a
type of
freaking
people
guy.
that's stopping investigators from looking deeper into Gobekli Tepe because they already found some weird stuff there. They found one of these T stones that has some symbols in it that people are saying points to particular dates and time by showing certain constellations, and it proves some crazy theories. So all of a sudden they're stopping all the investigations and all the research and excavations going into this place, and they've even planted some trees over a big area that they want to excavate so that they can't do it because it's now under one of their constitutional orders that if there's trees there, you can't excavate there. So just happening, Mo showed me this is something related to that at Gobekli Tepe, where they just made another announcement that there's going to be no intentions whatsoever to excavate the entire site. And they think this is coming from the guy who runs that Bright Side YouTube channel. We've talked about it on here several times. He does a lot of investigations.
Yep, Jimmy Corsetti.
Yeah, Jimmy Corsetti. He's pretty cool. He's been on Joe Rogan as well. And he's tweeting here about how this is a crime against humanity. A lot of people believe that Gobekli Tepe is an ancient time capsule. And I want to show you like one of his replies to it because somebody's asking them, I don't understand any logical explanation as to why they would not want to excavate this site and learn more about it. And Jimmy Corsetti responds that they're either hiding something or attempting to prolong excavations to secure a paycheck for the rest of their careers, which kind of what that we speculate the Zawahiri guy does when it comes to holding back information about Egypt and the pyramids. So I'm going to show a little bit video of Gobekli Tepe, and I want to get Mo's take on it, what you think about what's going on here. Is there like some type of cover-up? Do you think there's some ancient astronaut technology? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, again, like just the time, of how long they said it was to exist, what, 12,000 years.
Yep.
My biggest issue with it, right? Like, I understand because they're saying, oh, it's like a religious, it's a sacred site, And listen, I'm all about that. I'm not saying we should go into like burial sites that are, 100 years old, where it's like, oh, we know everything about the land and about the people. Let's just dig them up for fun, right? That's not what's going on here, dude. This is so old. The fact that, after this many years, if they're like, oh, we don't want to go in because it's sacred, bro, like there's a cover up. It's money related. It's not even just money related. It's like Dr. Zawi Hawass, where he does it all the time, right? He wants everything to go through him. He gatekeeps it so that A, he makes the money, but B, he gets the notoriety. He's like, everything he says, like, oh, I discovered that. It's in my book. I discovered that. Yes, I discovered that. Bro, like over and over again. It's all because he wants its claim to fame over and over again.
Well,
you know what I mean?
This in Turkey, I feel like there's probably some like politics going on here too. It's not the most.
Oh, for sure. Oh, dude, yeah, there's politics going on with this crap no matter where you go. Because at the end of the day, when you really start tracking down, like from Sumerians to like burning down of like the Library of Alexandria, and where are those documents, you really start tracking things down. This is not a coincidence. Okay, there are definitely things that we are not ready or not meant to find.
All right, let me
And that's what I think.
refresh my chat. It doesn't seem to be working as well as I thought. I didn't even notice.
And the
everybody
planting
in
of the
chat.
trees was hilarious because
You saw that too?
because they kept on saying like, oh, we don't touch this, we don't move rocks, we don't do this, and then Corsetti and a bunch of other guys like Randall Carlson and them, they all just came out and they were like, oh, really? Well, do you know about the damage that planting trees will do to the site? And then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And how about all the canopies and all the stuff you do for tourists, like the walkways, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you're still messing with the site. You're just doing it. You're financially benefiting from it, so you're okay with it. That's the difference.
Yeah. I think there's definitely something strange going on. And the thing is, Gobekli Tepe is only one site. There's like, I don't remember how many, like 8 to 10 of them. And some of them are even older than Gobekli Tepe. And they even
Yeah.
haven't even started excavating those. You should check out the Mini Minuteman on YouTube. He actually went there and did some looking around himself. He was like standing in an area that wasn't blocked off or nothing. You could see the corner of one of those T-stones sticking out from the dirt. And he's just sitting right next to it. Ball down
Insane,
low.
dude.
Rob, do you
And
have a
we don't know what it is. I mean, they kind of had an idea, right? Like, oh, it's tracking time and stuff like that. But I mean, phew, it still just blows my mind, bro. The older I get, and the more that I research it in my downtime, which is a lot less downtime nowadays, that crypto and NFTs and virtual horses aren't really, keeping me where I want to be in life. But that's a whole different story. It's just crazy, man. Like the older I get, when I start seeing like all these old paintings now of like dudes in spaceships that were fucking, carved or painted fucking thousands upon that, it really just makes me wonder. It really just makes me wonder at this point. Like, I hope I'm alive when we figure it out.
I've been thinking that we're gonna get a big announcement or a big discovery, but I've been thinking that for a while and it hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting for, something to come out that we didn't expect. Shout out to Rob T says I've been pounding the White Castles in Indy. Man, I ain't had White Castles in like 10 years. My kid will not eat them. He had them one time and he's never again. He will not.
Belly
eat 'em.
bombers.
I like them. I like them with the
I
Dusseldorf
love a belly
mustard.
bomber, dude. The little chicken ones with cheese, bro, are mad good too.
And some of you might not know what we're talking about, but if you have crystals, that's what we're talking about. It's called crystals in some areas for some reason. I don't know why.
Is it really?
Yes. Shout out to Florida
I
State.
knew about the Carl
Makeover.
Juniors and
That's the way to do it right there.
the other one that shared the same name, Hardee's.
Yeah, Hardee's
I didn't
and
know White Castle did that.
Sam Juniors or something. It's something Juniors.
Carl Juniors
Carl
and
Juniors.
and Hardee's, yeah.
Sam Rex says thoughts on Randy tatting himself the BB logo. Did he tat that on himself? Eh, okay.
And we all make dumb mistakes.
Yeah. I got bad tattoos too. It happens. Florida State says
I got three of them.
they got rid of the trees because the roots were destroying stuff. Did they already get rid of those trees over by Gobekli Tepe? I didn't know it was a thing. They got rid of the trees because the roots were destroying stuff or could destroy stuff. Well, good. That's
Yeah.
what they wanted. them to do.
After it was brought to their attention,
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
they originally planted them to beautify it, the scene for tourist attractions. So there you go.
Shout out to
Shows you
Thanu
how
in
much
the
they think
chat.
about their sacred land.
What's up, Thanu? I was planning on going live for the Saturday drop, but we didn't have a drop on Saturday, and I was gonna have Arcade on with me, but I think we're gonna do it next Saturday. As long as we have a Saturday drop, me and Arcade will be live streaming it, hanging out. If you guys go for it, it'll probably be not worth going for. Do you think getting a BB logo tattooed on you is mental illness? I think it's hopium. It's not copium, it's just hopium. I mean, maybe it goes to the moon and he gets rich off it. If so, then the tattoo is just. I mean, it's a good tattoo. All right, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about before we move on to the next topic. When it comes to paranormal, it's this thing that happened in 2021 in Long Island, New York. Isn't that where you live, Mo?
That is where I live.
All right, I want to know if you know anything about this. The first video I'm going to show while I'm talking is ring camera from maybe some young adults or teenagers who were hanging out on their porch. When they heard it happen, you'll see them react to it. So this is November 28th, 2021, Long Island, New York. Out of nowhere, there's a big giant boom. Houses are shaking. There's tremors from the ground. People as far north as Huntington, which is 16 miles away, said that their houses shook. So they didn't just hear it, their houses shook from it. So that's how big it was. Here's a video, like I said, of somebody hearing it. This was late November 2021, and it made news all within the 20-mile radius. Everybody, except for Mo, probably heard it. Like, I don't know how this is even.
I was born in Huntington. That's actually where I was born. But no, I'm actually kind of far from there on the island. Yeah, I was definitely here at the time.
So here's
yeah,
the crater they found. It was
I
at.
heard the story, but I didn't hear it.
Do you know what Fox Island is?
Yes.
Okay, so they decided that it was at. They decided to go explore Fox Island. Everybody said that's where it seemed to be coming from, and they found this crater in the ground. Here's the crater, and the thing about this crater, it's 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep, but there's no shrapnel anywhere. And so that means it wasn't an explosive and it wasn't a meteor. So nobody knows what created this crater right on the beach that caused this giant boom that they heard all the way from Huntington. And Mo, you're more familiar with the area, how far Huntington is from that island. And I don't know, what do you think about this? Give us the inside scoop.
See, so, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter where it is from Huntington, because the way that Long Island is, Huntington is just like, basically Huntington is on the opposite shoreline. So Huntington's on like the North Shore,
Right.
and Fox Island is on the South Shore. So,
It could travel across
You know,
water.
right, well, they would say that the boom, it would probably go directly on that line, if anything. Again, I don't know the radius of where it would have, what it was. I mean, again, I'm looking at some articles even on it too, but my instinct on it, I think even back then, I still say it, bro. What do we talk about, bro, when it comes to like crop circles?
Aliens?
Hydropropulsion. No, hydropropulsion.
Okay. It's always by the water, ain't it?
There you go.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah. I thought you would
Weird that
like
these
that.
drones come out of the water according to boats and stuff like that. They've actually seen them emerge and submerge. So, hydropropulsion with anti-gravitational, mechanics, which we already know with the gyroscopic stuff that Tesla and everybody else have discovered, it's already doable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Question is, how do you power it? So,
It almost
yeah,
sounds like
I
it's
mean,
some rich dude in New York bought something from like some shady Russian or who knows where, and it has some technology he's not supposed to have. It made like a sonic boom or something. Then he also said, I do think people in the past may have destroyed or changed things to fit their own theories or research or faith. You know what they say, the victors write the history? I think that's 100% true. No, well, Sam Rex, that was in 2021, late November, November 28th, 2021. So recently, it was all cleaned of debris before people laid eyes on it. Oh, so yeah, maybe something did hit and somebody went and grabbed it. It was like a meteor. I mean, that stuff, meteors have uh, chemicals. I don't necessarily know what it is, but a lot of them have stuff inside of it that's worth money. So if you find one, you can make a lot of money from it.
oh yeah, it's like plutonium and shit like that. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
actually like raw
like
resources. Yeah,
elements. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, he
That's
says
how they
resources.
actually were able to know. Like, well, I try to figure it out anyway with like, the great comet theory of like hitting the Earth and the asteroids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's what they kind of try to look for.
Right.
And I think they even found it in some layers of the Earth. When they looked at there's a spot in the United States. I forgot, like Oregon or some shit like that, where it's actually exposed. You
Well,
know
there
what
was
I'm
like
talking
some
about?
nuclear fission or something that happened. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, it just shows some sort of impact, like an impact layer.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about because I remember
Yeah.
hearing about that as well. Yeah.
But the reason why they say that is because it contains those materials that you would find, like I said, from like an asteroid or a comet.
That's the only place you can find it from, yeah. Shout out to News Now Marijuana's in the chat. What's up, News Now? Says that was probably dropped from one of those Chinese drones that they wouldn't tell us about at the beginning of the year. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. There was an update about it. The update was, we can't tell you. So
Yeah.
something shady was going on with those drones. You might be onto something. Manta Ray water drone is dope. What is that? Is that a drone that goes into water? That does sound dope. The underwater drones they have now are crazy. Ooh, I want some video of that. That's just what the show does. I mean, back in the day, I used to have a little shark that went underwater that I could control and stuff. That's pretty much the same thing. Maybe I shouldn't be so impressed. Have you talked about the 31 Atlas? I don't know what that is. Let me know. That's the tunnel to Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa's real grave instead of under the Meadowlands. Yeah, I mean, he's probably somewhere in that area in New York. I wouldn't be surprised. Man, I have to check this out. This Manta Ray. All right, let's move on to sports. That was our last thing about paranormal. But of course, everybody probably knows what we're going to talk about when it comes to sports. This is the big story in the sports world. It's this Piotr. Piotr. I mean, a bunch of hard names today. It's basically Peter. Peter something, but he's some millionaire CEO. He was at this tennis match. I'm just going to replay it in a second. You'll see this tennis star try to hand this kid his hat, like as a souvenir. Little rich CEO dude just snatched it right out of his hands. Little kid's like, what are you doing? He just puts it in his girlfriend's bag, probably his mistress's bag or something, and just ignores the kid. I don't know. What'd you think about that, Mo?
It's not a good year for CEOs, is it?
It's definitely not.
A good couple months. Yeah, I mean, and he did apologize. He came out, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you showed your true colors. Like, you know, he's like, oh, he had an interaction. There was like an update yesterday or something. He was like, oh, we had an interaction earlier. I thought he was signing it for my son or my kid or some shit like that. It didn't look that way when he grabbed the hat, like smiling, taking pictures, I think like with his mom or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like he didn't expect social media to go. And dude, even like the reporters on it, like on like national stations,
Yeah.
they're like, because they can't, you can't witch hunt somebody and give out the name, but they were like, yep, and the guy in the video, the name has been exposed on social media and he's not having a good day.
I guess he really got the punishment that he deserved. Like, if you find him or something, that's not going to teach him anything. He doesn't care, but this type of humiliation is the type of punishment that
Well, his business suffered like multi-million dollars of shit, some bullshit overnight, from what I was reading. So yeah, I mean that's a hit. No matter, they can't fine you enough. They throw him in prison for a year. He probably doesn't care, but he loses millions overnight from a fucking hat.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's fucking that's terrible.
Yeah. They'll never do it again. Samurai says, look up 31 Atlas. It's about the nuclear alien object coming towards Earth, but it's not hitting us, just passing by. We were talking about that several weeks ago, I think before they even named it 31 Atlas. Yeah. And they changed the trajectory of it. You're right. It's just passing by now. But if it's an alien thing, then who knows what it's doing. DLC says he did give the hat back, said he didn't know.
Yeah, that's the one that's sending out the pulses and shit that we talked about, right?
No, the pulses? Oh, yeah.
They said it was some sort of anomaly on it. That's why
Yeah,
they
that
were.
might have been the
That's
same
why they were
one.
tracking it so close,
Right,
or
right.
maybe it was the composition of it or something. But yeah, I knew that
I
was.
always find out
I'm
weird
pretty sure it's the
stuff out in
same one, the
space.
31 Atlas. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
But-
stuff is going down. Denny OC, I heard that the tennis guy, the professional, met with the kid and gave him another hat and signed some stuff for him. They had some
Yeah,
pictures
yeah,
from it.
he made it right. But social media didn't give a shit. They wanted their own justice, so people went crazy.
That's the way it works. Rob T says there's a new Caitlin Clark logo T-shirt on Nike yesterday. If anyone cares, I would get me a Caitlin Clark T-shirt as long as it says Indiana on it. I like the modern baseball cards background. That's cool. Yes. I mean, I prefer vintage, but the modern ones do look better as a background. This isn't even bad. People act like he killed someone. I know, but it's still, I mean, is it not bad? It's pretty bad. All right, so here's this other one that just happened yesterday in Mo's neck of the woods. This is in New York. This old man gets the baseball. It's going to show a replay. You don't get to see much of it because they just zoomed in right as the old man had caught the baseball, the foul ball. And this big dude came up and just took it from the old man. And then he sits down. And the old man says something to him. He's like, that's not my problem. This looks like what he says to him. And he like puts his legs up. He's like, you got to be stronger than that. Here he goes. He takes it from him. But now, once again, everybody's showing this on Twitter. It's starting to blow up. And he's about to get that same punishment. So, I mean, if it ruins his life, though, is that really worth it? Then again, it's pretty messed up. They would just take that from that man. But then again, you're at a baseball game, and the ball comes and it's pretty close to you. Maybe they grabbed it at the same time. What do you think, Mo?
I mean, listen, and this is just how I was raised. You respect your elders. You look out for little kids. All right. So if I snag a fucking fly ball and a kid's there trying to get it, the little kid's gonna get it. If an old man is there and he wanted that ball, and that might be the last baseball game he ever fucking watches, yeah, I'm probably gonna give him the ball. Now, I mean, again, is it deserved of this guy to be canceled, fired from his job, deleted off the fucking face of the planet? No, probably not. But let's face it, he is being kind of a dick to the old guy. You know what I mean? Like with the whole muscle thing. I mean, he could have just ignored it. He's kind of flaunting it a little bit. So I think at that point, yeah. But the act of just getting the ball, I don't know. I would have given it to the old man. I think most people I associate myself with would have as well.
I think it's messed up with this girl right next to him. This girl's kind of embarrassed, it looks like, too. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. DNC says, yes, he did, too. Some kid got 2 hats at the end of the day. Let's go. So he got that hat back. Too late for the CEO. Big A says that was a trash human move that could get called out. Yeah, but what about that second one? Should he lose his job and be put out on blast when really he muscled that ball away? People have been doing that at baseball parks for years. Congrats on the candy
I know, but to an
giveaway.
old man, bro. Like, honestly,
Yeah, well,
I hope that dude gets old, go to a baseball game, and I hope somebody does that shit to him. Like, honestly, you know what I mean?
it probably will happen. Thank you, Kryptoni. Yes, I did win the candy giveaway, and I have it down here in the crypto section. I'll show you guys.
Ooh, nice.
It's a baseball player, and it's there's only 99 of them, and I got number 4, and it was just a giveaway that I think I retweeted somebody for it, and tagged a few people. And I don't know
There
about
you go.
tomorrow's drop. Is it a decent drop, Kryptoni? If it is decent, then I probably will. I've got some extra money on there. Some stuff I've been selling. I was going to talk about candy. I just checked before we went live. The floor price for the back cows is $315. I think they were down to 100 at one point. I don't
Yeah,
know
what the
what's
fuck
going-
happened there?
I don't know what's going on. DNC says, Big Brother on the real can't get away with nothing anymore. They're watching. They're watching you. Tony says, I'm buying 5 tomorrow. What's the comic? Did y'all see
Oh, that's
Rampage?
right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
I did
I wanted
too.
to bring that up. I did a video. Forgot.
I even want to show the video for anybody who's watching and doesn't
Yeah, I
know
know you can
about
show
it.
the video.
There's Rampage Jackson, who's a UFC star, and he has a son named Raja, who's been doing Twitch streaming just recently, and he went to a professional wrestling match, and he went in the back to where all the wrestlers were, and it wasn't like WWE, it was more of a lower tier, but it was still kind of big because they had a whole setup or whatever, and y'all probably already knows this, but some big wrestler who had a big beard, walks up to him and is trying to kayfabe him, which means trying to act like he's part of the show and get mad at him and argue with him. And he picks up an empty aluminum Coke can and acts like he's hitting him over the head with it, which crushes the Coke can. But Raja, probably Raja, right? He wasn't hip to the game, I guess. He didn't know what was going on with wrestling, or he didn't even care because he was like, nah, I don't play that. He got kind of all mad about it. But then a few minutes later, 5-10 minutes later, they explain to him what's going on, and they shake hands with the guy that he was just arguing with. They hit him with the can and agreed that he would have a run-in during his match and maybe hit him a couple times as payback or whatever. But instead, when he runs in, he like slams him and hits him many times after he's already passed out, and they sent the dude to the hospital. What's your take on it,
Bleeding out
Mo?
his ear.
You think it was fair game, since they did tell him? I mean, I don't know if you saw all the videos, but one of the guys backstage was like, "Get your receipt," which means get your payback.
Yeah, you'll get your revenge. Yeah, get your revenge and shit back in the ring. But I don't know, man. I need to do should fucking probably go away for attempted murder. Honestly, dude was bleeding out of his ears and shit, just getting railed on the face. I don't care if you're getting revenge or what. The dude's out cold. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest fighter, but I've been in some tussles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There just again draws like a moral line, and that kid always struck me as a psychopath. His dad's a psychopath, and the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And his dad, actually, at first was defending him, which really pissed me off, because he shows up on a lot of kick streams that I watch. But now he's kind of giving his son a lot of blame here. Which, as a good dad, I think I'd like to see that.
I don't know if he was ever defending him. I heard like his first initial reaction. He was live when he found out about it. He thought it was like
Yeah, he was with Sneeko.
yeah, but he thought it was part of the match or whatever, and it was fake. But then when he found out about it, he tweeted something about it that seemed like we need to find out more of the facts. I didn't think it was too bad of a response, but yeah,
No, but you go back even a month prior.
Yeah.
How he made the video saying he stopped saving for his kid's fucking college fund and saving for his bail fund because he knows his kid's a psychopath.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's a problem, dude.
Yeah.
That's a problem. If you are doing that in your life, you're doing something wrong. Get your shit together, bro. That's crazy.
Kryptoni says Candy has given us the keys. What does this mean? Interoperability. We can take them out and put them in our MetaMask wallet or something.
Oh shit, Backhal's on
That's why prices are pumping, I guess. Didn't even
open sea.
I watched a bunch on it, and I'm kind of torn. The kid should be charged, but at the same time, I blame the dude who brought him not being smart to the wrestling game. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna take him backstage, you should probably explain to him what's going on. But I mean, hitting a dude that's unconscious that many times, there's no excuse for it. You got to go to jail for that. Samrak says Raja is a weak individual. I agree. But after dude was out, he should, 100%. Imagine if the races were switched, there would be riots and protests everywhere.
I'm not gonna get into that topic, but I mean,
I don't know about that. Kudak says very bad taste.
I just think social media and these people are doing a good enough job canceling the right people nowadays. We'll just let them sort it out. We don't even need the court systems anymore. I love it. I love this world that we live in right now. It's fantastic.
Isn't that cancel culture, though?
Not really, because these people are just scumbags, bro. Like, if you're just doing fucked up shit, you deserve to be called out on it. Cancel culture's like, oh, you didn't agree with my fucking take? No. I'm going to go out of my way to make sure that your take is fucking obliterated. That ain't what's going on here. Like, we're just minding our own business, chilling in our own lane. We see these scumbags and people are like, yep, you don't deserve to fucking be CEO or whatever. Like, you know, and I'm all about it, bro. I think it's great.
Alejandro said that was pretty brutal. Luckily, someone was there to stop it. It looked like he wasn't going to stop pounding the dude. The first dude that came in to try to stop it, he was too small and he knew it. He tried to stop it. He didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
Some guy with a pink mohawk or something came in. Thank goodness. Yeah, assault charge at least. Attempted murder. Bitcoin says Rampage said his son hasn't been the same since his mother died. Was that recently?
I mean, get counseling then, man, because that is not a way to.
That's why he was doing Twitch. It's not like he was able to go to get a regular job or anything.
He was on Kick. He got banned from Kick. That's how bad he was. You got to do a lot of fucked up shit to get banned on Kick. Let me tell you.
Dude says, imagine being Rampage's kid. Let's be for real. The kid needs guidance outside the fight life. I mean, I don't think Rampage is that bad. I mean, are you talking about him in the ring? Because he's on a lot of podcasts and stuff, and every once in a while, I mean, he sounds smart and everything. He doesn't always lose his tournament. Yeah, he doesn't always lose his temper.
No, but he does a lot of shit for the lulz and the content. Like it's actually pretty funny. You watch him like on live streams, dude.
Yeah.
The way he like walks up to girl, he'll grab women. Dude, look up some outtakes of him. He is wild in public, bro. For an older guy, he is wild. Um, but it's funny. Like I said, I don't have a problem with that shit. I think it's good content as long as people are cool with it.
Yeah.
You know?
If it's funny. Sam Max says, so just
Yeah.
because he's Rampage's kid, he should get a pass for no, who says he should get a pass? Nobody at all.
Nobody.
Definitely assault. I mean, what should he be charged with? Definitely assault. But I don't think attempted murder might be a little bit
No,
much.
I'm not saying throw the fucking book at him, but I mean, kids aren't gonna learn a fucking lesson, dude.
There's
You
different
know?
levels of assault, I think. Not like simple assault. It's got to be like some premeditated for sure, because you can hear him,
Yeah.
on the live
Yep.
stream. So premeditated assault, premeditated attempted murder. Not saying he was in the right, but I do think he needs help. Tony says he was taught violence fixes everything. This should be unlearned, and the MMA culture should tighten up and ban street fighters to stay true to the sport.
I agree.
Yeah, but MMA is not going away. So how do you counteract that? Education are going to happen. It's up to the parent. Bitcoin says, before Raja jumped in the ring, he was asking his chat if he should F up the guy bad. Yep, and he was telling the chat he wasn't going to stop hitting him until somebody pulls him off. The guy apologized to him 3 times and accepted his apology, and 2 hours later, he had the same mindset to murder the guy. Yeah, he shook his hand and everything. He agreed to that it was over. It's messed up. He definitely planned it. 100%. But then the promoter told him to get your payback in the ring. Yeah, I saw that part too. Back in the backstage, they were telling him to get his receipt. There's a lot of people at fault here. I wonder if the promoter's going to get in trouble. But I know Raja is definitely going to get in trouble. I don't know the exact charge though. But
This, I was, I've been joking about it for I feel like a decade now since I got involved in Twitch and streaming and dealing with people on the back end. Everyone's always like, "Oh, I just do it for the lulz, right? Do it for the content," like I said a minute ago. That's the sad part about it, bro. Like, if he wasn't streaming and he wasn't being fucking amped up by his chat, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't people, because when they say get your revenge back in the ring, if they're not streaming, and there's no content to be made, does that ever get said? I think not. Honestly,
definitely not. I think that's
because
going
I
to be
watched.
more prevalent too. It's going to happen more and more because more people are streaming. They're going to be doing more crazy stuff because they want them views.
I
They
know,
wanna
but
go
people are
viral.
streaming themselves committing felonies and serious crimes like that.
That's
Somebody
something,
has
yeah.
to fucking pay the price, and somebody has to be, has to set the tone.
Right.
Because it's crazy. It's that. I mean, to be honest, it's been wild for quite a while, IRL and stuff like that. But now that like you could just grab your phone and be streaming to Kick and Twitch. Before you had to have like a little bit of a setup and maybe a backpack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's so fucking easy that everybody does it. And yeah, like you said, it's become so fucking prevalent that until something bad happens like this, thank God the guy didn't die.
It's not the first time something bad's happened either, too. There's a couple of well-known streamers that are locked up overseas right now because of this.
Oh, well, yeah. But those are nuisance streamers like Johnny Somali and
Who's the other one,
Vitali.
though?
I mean,
There's a
yeah,
second one. I
Vitali.
know. Well, sorry, go ahead.
But Vitali, the one
Yeah,
that's locked
yeah.
up in Thailand.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but those are nuisance streamers. Like those
Oh,
guys
okay.
make content where they basically get off the plane, get off the train or the bus, and they're like, "Who can I fuck with and get a laugh?" Usually it's not funny, especially when you start going on private property, stealing shit like fucking desk fans and walking up to police officers and taking their hat and running away. Like, if you did that shit in America, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I mean, apparently
But
they're
yeah,
careful to which countries they go to, because I used to watch that show Locked Up Abroad, where people get locked up in different countries and they're like stuck there for 20 years and tortured and stuff. It's for the little tiny things. That sounds like a scary job. So, I mean, I guess they're earning their money, but they're in jail, so they can't earn any money in jail. The promotion was hosting it is 100% at fault for all of this. Yeah, they're going to get sued. They're probably going to end because those promotions don't have that much money. That promotion's just over. He snitched on himself on his stream saying he's going to beat him up until someone gets him off. Yep, I heard it. I heard it myself. Kryptoni got the Elmon piece today. What did they drop it? Over there at Elmon X. I still like that Mona Lisa. I wonder what those prices are looking like. It was playing not well, but the whole thing was planned. Well, you expect him to plan it well. It went from a work to a shoot back to a work. Badly worked. And then, yes, a real shoot. A very real shoot. Pride Rampage was the best. Now, the old school Rampage was cool. Back when he was beefing with Rashad. What's up, Albonia? Good to see my man. Rampage talks to his son more like he is a nuisance than a son. He should learn to be a father to Raja instead of focusing on his stream. Where's the mom at? Don't forget the mom too. But yeah, I mean, he was probably gone a lot with him growing up. He's a star and stuff now, and he was doing all these promotions, not just fighting, but he was also trying to be in all these movies. Wasn't he in? There's that movie that has like all the stars in it with Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis. I think he was in that as well.
Oh, the Expendables.
Expendables, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't know how much.
Those one, two,
his life
three,
it was.
four, it's like 5 or 6 of them now.
I didn't know that. I watched the first 2 were good. Then I was like, all right, y'all are doing too much. All right, and it's almost time for opening day. The NFL opening day is in 2 days. On Thursday, we got the Eagles playing against the Cowboys. And I know Mo is getting ready to draft for his fantasy football. You excited about the football
Yeah, I didn't even do
season,
my
sir?
rankings.
Oh, yeah, do that. Where do you play it on Amazon? I mean, not Amazon, but
Yahoo.
Yahoo. Yeah, that's where I used to play it. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
it's
I'm stoked, man. I'm trying, like I said, dude, just being like balls deep with the crypto, NFTs, horse racing for the past what 3 years? It feels like 4 years now.
yeah.
I've kind of been out of the loop with like NFL and like normal day-to-day bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm trying my best to, watch the Jet stuff, watch the NFL weekly shows. I'm trying to like, trying to get into it this season because the past couple seasons I've just been kind of mailing it in. I'll watch, Red Zone and pass out like at fucking 6 at night, But I don't know, man. What about you? You stoked for the season or what?
Man, I used to watch football all the time, but then once I mean, football is something where you have to like watch it every year, and you got to watch a little bit of college to know who's good and know your team or whatever. And then when I went like 5 or 6 years without watching, when I was raising my kid by myself, I had no time to watch it. I kind of just fell off on it, and you couldn't really go back into it. Whereas with like basketball, the stars are so big and it's so few of them that are playing, it was really easy for me to jump back into it. So now, since I don't really know any players in the NFL, I don't even watch it no more. Plus, the games are long. I might watch the highlights every once in a while, but I don't plan on playing fantasy football this year because I would suck at it. I don't know the players like I used to.
I know. We even talked about maybe doing a league, and I was even telling my other homie that I do my normal league with, like last season. Because that's when I was moving and shit, and like everything was popping off with cops and my freaking dumbass cousin at the old house. I was so out of it, I didn't set my lineup for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I
And
have that problem.
I'm always the type of guy. I'm like, yo, if you don't set your fucking lineup, you're out of the league, dude. Like, because you're fucking up the integrity of it by. So I try to hold myself accountable to the same standards. So I haven't told him like, hey man, I don't want to fuck up again. Like if you got somebody who could replace me, but I'm gonna just try to stay on top of it. He could always remind me too if he sees it. But yeah, I love it though. I love I love like looking into the data and just having something to look forward to every week.
Yeah,
Sucks when you lose like your first 5 games some seasons. I'm like, well, now I'm done.
you gotta pay attention no more. Yeah, it's nice having players to watch that you care about what they do, even though you're not interested in who wins the game. You're not a fan of either of the teams, but you got a player that's on your fantasy football team to watch. Makes it more interesting. Cortoni says 6 months is the max for assault. 6 months. I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough personally. Who's mom? Denny OC, what's going on? He was in A team too. I'm not sure who mom is. Are you talking about the wrestler? Maybe, I don't know. Bob T says, hell to the Redskins. I don't think they exist anymore. They're like the Commanders now or something. And I also
Commanders.
saw this right before we went live in my favorite Facebook group, the BB Collectibles and Friends Facebook group, which I've probably been kicked out of 3 or 4 times. Well, probably just left a few times myself. But anyway, somebody was posting on there about how trading cards are on fire right now, which I'm not exactly sure why. Some people are saying it has to do with what we talked about a few weeks ago where there was this big scandal with the autographs, and some people say that Wells are now trying to buy a bunch of stuff to prop it up. And I've noticed even the cards that I sell on eBay, a couple big cards have sold for more than they should have sold for. So they are getting bought up. Not exactly sure why, but it says here $416 million poured into trading cards just last month. LeBron, Kobe, Caitlin Clark. But here's the truth. Cardboard burns, paper fades, plastic pills. Well, it's a VV post. So they're trying to say NFTs are next, which I thought that at first, but now not so sure. But as a card collector, and this is sports, I am excited to hear about that. Mo, you ever collect baseball cards?
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, we used to do the baseball. We really got into basketball cards, especially during like Shaq era.
Ooh,
coming out of like
nice.
the Jordan era when, like Fleer Ultra was releasing like the limited inserts early on, and my boy Timmy pulled like the crazy couple $100 Shaquille O'Neal fucking,
Nice.
and I'm over there, pulling fucking $2 fucking commons or uncommons. But yeah, we used to collect, man. I used to always just go after like certain players and just try to collect them, you know.
Nice. Me too.
But
Yep.
when I got older, unfortunately, I had all my stuff in storage. It was at my grandmother's house. I mean, she
Uh-oh.
passed away.
Mhm.
My uncle took over the house, and you would think when you have like two other people's like life valuable collectibles in your garage, if you're gonna sell the house, you think you would tell the people. Um, him and my dad had a fallen out, and basically, I walked up to the house one day and like I was like, "Oh, the house on we used to have like the last name like on a sign going up the walkway." And
Mhm.
I'm like, "Oh, the sign's down. That's weird." Knocked on the door. It was fucking completely different people lived there.
Jeez.
Dude, all my shit, all my baseball cards, all my magic cards. I'm talking insane. Whoever found that loot,
Came with the house, man.
that's
That's the perk for buying the house. You get everything
no,
in the
because I talked to my
garage.
uncle after. No, I talked
Uh,
to him after he had set it out before that. He was like, "Hey, try to get a hold of you guys." I'm like, "Bullshit." But dude, all my dad's video game collectibles, and he had like every original Nintendo game, bro.
ooh,
Oh my God, dude, it was
man,
a lot of
that's
money. Probably like
rough.
100K worth of like collected shit.
Need
That
to
was
sit
that
it
was
out.
valuable between video games, cards, collectibles. I mean, you name it.
Some homeless
Audio
dude found
equipment,
that and cashed in, made a
big time,
nice.
big time.
Rob T says Topps Chrome SpongeBob was today. I like Topps Chrome. I don't know if I'm buying SpongeBob cards, but I buy some crazy cards. So,
SpongeBob.
do they got an autograph in there? Alejandro says bring back the Redskins and the Cleveland Indians. All right, that's what Trump says to do. Do I? I
Is
would
he saying
really.
anything these days?
Well, we're gonna talk about that in a second, but I don't know if I care. I don't care if they, but I think you should ask the Indians and the Redskins themselves, the Native Americans, if they care. Maybe we poll them and let them decide. Florida State says my Brady rookies I bought 12 years ago were a brilliant investment. Absolutely, if you're still holding on to them, 100%. It's huge regrets because I remember being at the baseball card shop and seeing LeBron James rookies just a giant foot, what do they call them, a shoebox full, dollar each,
Mm-hmm.
dollar each. Could have bought them
Mm-hmm.
all for $1 each. Big A says Kobe said today he's been killing it the past year on cards, like 30x and 100x gains. Kobe collects on baseball cards or Pokemon cards. He's usually on the Pokemon, but I think he gets into basketball cards a lot too, so he might be talking about that. Definitely a good year to buy
Well,
packs of basketball cards and look for Cooper Flag rookies.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, going for like the limited inserts, I know like Panini has even like the NFT collaboration with the digital version.
Mm.
But Panini usually has really good pulls. But I did see some data on it where, because you remember like the during the pandemic, right? The card market, everything fucking went crazy high because everybody had money.
Yep.
But then, card prices, everything kind of plummeted along with the other markets, right? So yeah, buying in like a year ago and trying to come back in, if we do get another run for like collectibles and memorabilia cards, NFTs, I mean, yeah, it might not be that difficult to 100x, or, even better at this point.
And maybe it's starting right
Yeah, I was
now.
just sitting around,
Prices are going up
I
on
was,
sports cards right now, and prices are going up on some NFTs, especially the bat cows in particular. Just the ones that I
that's
own.
crazy. I might have to sell mine.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna hold on to mine. Florida State Makeover says sports cards. What he's talking about. Kobe Collects is getting into them. Topps Chrome SpongeBob equal and value box today. People went crazy for the pre-sale. I don't think I can get into spending $90 for a box of SpongeBob's. Let me know what the chasers are, so maybe I could. Is Trump not MIA? Is he still alive? That's a good segue to get into politics. Our politics question today, our politics that we're talking about a little bit, is Trump. Is he alive? I guess nobody saw him since last Tuesday, so there were a lot of rumors swirling about.
And we didn't, you know what it is? We didn't stream on Tuesday.
That's what it
Maybe he was
was.
looking forward to the show and it just really fucked him up.
Gave him a stroke, apparently. Some people think he had a stroke because they
It,
wouldn't show any pictures of him, and apparently he went
Mhm.
golfing like on Saturday, but they wouldn't show him golfing. Like usually they let the reporters take video of him golfing, not this time. And on that same day, they released a picture on his Twitter of him golfing with John Gruden, and they were playing like that had just happened today, but some investigators realized that that was like from 2 weeks ago or a week ago when he actually played with John Gruden, because John Gruden still had the same outfit on and he was still wearing the same outfit. So they were trying to run a little bit of mind games and trick some people with that. But just like an hour or two, maybe 3 hours before we went live, there was a press conference today, and Trump was at the press conference and looked like he was stroked or anything. However, I know the person that I was watching that was live streaming was talking about how that's not really how strokes work. If you have one, you can, recover from it. Might take a few days to recover from it. So I don't know if he actually had a stroke, but there were a lot of people trying to speculate and imply that he did or that he had. I don't know. But one of the things that I did think was really interesting about the press conference he had today was that they were talking about this thing that flew out the window of the White House. I got a video of it right here. It was actually on Good Morning Today or the Today Show. And they were just actually had the camera going live on the White House, and somebody throws something out the window while it's on camera. A lot of speculation about what that was, and a lot of mystery behind it. And they actually came out, and the White House said just recently that it was some contractors, and they were just throwing some junk out the window. But they asked Trump about it today, and Trump demanded that it was definitely AI. It was 100% fake. Those windows do not open. They will never open. They have never opened. It's AI, no matter what anybody says it's AI. But the thing is, it wasn't AI. So, I don't know. Trump be tripping me out with that crap.
Yeah, is that good? It'll make you believe things.
I think he's going to think anything he doesn't like now is AI. That's going to be his excuse for everything now. Like this in particular.
All of these windows don't open.
Apparently they do. Rob T says, I got lucky with the 86 Flair basketball in 1986. You would get 3 to 4 Georgia rookies per box. And no one wanted them when they first came out. 3 or 4 per box? I need to buy a box. I know they'd be expensive as hell, but still, it might be worth it if you get 3 or 4 of them. Then he says, I heard that he fell off the White House roof. He was on the White House roof for some reason, and nobody even cared. They didn't make a big deal about it. Imagine if Joe Biden was just rumbling around and ending up on the roof and answering questions from reporters from the roof. Imagine. SpongeBob was a $250 box pass on that gas. Another thing a lot of people have been talking about the last week is the school shooting that happened. Was it Minnesota? And the person who was the school shooter was transgender. And a lot of people are saying that transgenderism might be connected to mass shootings. And some people are asking Trump if he's going to put some type of, I don't know, they're calling it a mental disease. But of course, people on the left are saying, and you can see from here, if you look at all the shootings, that only 0.01% are transgender. However, transgenderism didn't really just become a thing until just the last 4 or 5 years. So do you think there's anything behind that? What do you think about it, Mo?
No, I mean, well, I do think that there's something to it. I mean, there are 2 genders, male, female, and there's like 27 mental disorders. But other than that, no, I don't think the shooting has anything to do with that. I think the person themselves, yeah, they were fucked up. They were going through trans, and they were watching a lot of trans horror stories of people who transitioned too early or transitioned for the wrong reason. They regret it. They're all fucked up in the head. But guess what? People that aren't transgender have been shooting up schools since my days, Columbine, going back with trench coats and all that stuff. So, I mean,
why don't they ever connect that? Whenever some kid that went to church
they did back then. They used to connect it to Marilyn Manson and all the music and shit that we listened to. But it's just a narrative for the time, right? The bottom line is figure out how to keep fucking guns and start holding people accountable when these people do get fucking weapons. Because, I don't know, man. Like, the fact that you have to be a certain age to drive a car, to drink alcohol, to smoke weed, to do whatever. And it's like get licenses for, driving a car in particular. But you could just go in and get a gun in some states and some places without like any waiting period. That's insane. Like that's background checks. That to me, that's just crazy, dude. I'm sorry. To me, that's just crazy. Like you should not like it should be a right. I mean, it's a right, but like to own one. But
so what kind of regulations would you put on gun ownership? I think we should ban guns.
The same regulation when you drive a car. If you don't have a license and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you shouldn't have it.
So you got to take a test first?
Yeah, take a test. Pass a background check. Make sure you're not fucking coming out of a mental institution or, coming off some crazy fucking medication. I don't know, something.
The problem is a lot of people that have mental illness never go to institutions or never even get diagnosed. So, I mean, they don't
okay, fine, but at least get them a
crazy.
license so they can be tracked and understand where these fucking weapons are going.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't hate that idea. Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to the whole transgenderism, personally, what I think about it is that I think there's a lot of crazy people out there who try to be transgender to see if that will solve their problems. So I don't even
Well, because
necessarily
it's cool. It was an in thing to do. Like people, it's
that
like
too, but
fucking
also
trends.
yeah, they're thinking maybe
Yeah.
that'll switch it up. But I mean, I disagree with what you say about gender. I think sex is male or female, but gender is a whole different thing. And I mean, we've talked about it before, but of course you have freedom in America, so you should be able to dress any way you want, and you should be able to call yourself anything you want. But
But that doesn't mean the rest of the world has to bend to you. So if you're a male and you want to be a female and go into a woman's bathroom, hell the fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's a
that's the problem.
problem.
These
That
people,
becomes a problem.
yeah, these
So
people
you don't
try to
even,
do this
first of
shit to
all, you
bend
don't
the
even
rules.
transgenderism for that because a guy who wants to go to the women's bathroom can just dress up like a woman. Doesn't
No,
have to
I
be a
know they can. I
transgender.
know they can. But you've had to do that with the transgender to get into a fucking woman's
But
prison.
also,
I mean,
if you do
you
it your
know,
way though, and you say that transgendered people can't go into the women's restroom, and then you have a woman who looks like a man, but she's not transgender at all. She just has manly features, and this has already happened several times in the past couple of years because of all of this. Then you have like a slippery slope because you're gonna have people coming out saying, "Oh no, that's a transgender," and then you're just embarrassing calling somebody ugly, and it's really just a girl that's got a big Adam's apple or something. I don't know. They don't
to be
see.
honest, that shit's been happening since the 80s. I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
again, it's this is nothing new. Like where
Okay,
think
well
about
then,
this, bro.
if you make it
Think
an
about the show
official,
Bosom
but
Buddies.
listen
Do you
though,
remember the Tom Hanks show Bosom Buddies?
yes,
The whole thing was them dressing up like fucking women, bro. Like, listen, I understand this isn't something new. But the problem is you got these fucking weirdos and these freaks, especially like the one was Lily something, that's like trying to fucking make a whole fucking grandstand out of it for transgender fucking rights. Like, oh, you gave me an attitude because why? Because I'm trans. Why? Because I can't commit because I'm fucking trans. No, because you have an attitude, you fucking idiot.
I
Like
think
that's
I
the
saw it.
problem, bro. Like they
Yeah,
try to
there's some
make it
crazy
all about the
ones.
trans. They
Yeah,
try to make it more about the trans shit than the people that they're fucking dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Not all of them. I'm saying some people just see it's
there's
trans and they go fucking crazy. But
there's definitely trans Karens, but like I said, I think a lot of crazy people attempt to be trans or try to go in that direction to see if it solves their craziness. But what I think your suggestion though is having like an official policy. So I'm wondering what happens if a manly looking woman who's not transgendered at all tries to go into the women's restroom, and then somebody who works at the store, let's say it's Walmart, stops them and says no transgenders are allowed, and she says, "I'm a woman." Now what? You gotta drop the draws. You can't drop the draws. You can't prove if you're a man.
show me
or-
ID.
Show me ID, so it has to be on your ID. But I mean, if you're doing legal,
I mean, it's on
trans,
your ID at birth, male or female. There is no fucking. You can't put octopus. You can't put fucking traveling cat companion.
yeah, I
There's
think you
two
should have.
options,
I think you
male
should
and
have
female.
two spots: sex and gender, and maybe we go
No,
by sex, whether you can go into the
male and
bathroom.
female.
You gotta be ID to go into the bathroom, though. It's kind of messed up, but maybe that's
No,
the
no, no. But here's the
solution.
thing. This has been happening fucking for years and years and years. Okay. And the thing is, if you go in, and I'm sure that, I've gone into a bathroom and I'm sure I've pissed next to a fucking transgender person. But guess what? As long as people aren't in there making it weird, most people don't give a fuck. And that's what I'm saying with a lot of this shit. Like, if you're in your own lane and you're doing your own thing and whatever, fine. But if you're some creepy old dude with a beard in a fucking dress trying to fucking peep into a woman's room, I think that's pretty fucking obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, always keep your eyes out for the creeps. Samurai says, have you talked about these NFTs, BB candy, etc. give special mints and big hits to influencers, wells, and glazers? No, that's definitely something I want to talk about when we get to the BB section, because I just heard of something where there was this new influencer that My Collectibles brought on, and he got like a secret rare on his first drop ever live on stream. That seemed a little bit fishy to me. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Samurai says, I'm not reading that. Rob T says, good old bosom buddies. Y'all are showing your age, though. Male or female, says Florida State. Look, sex is one thing, gender is another thing. They're not the same thing, or they would be called the same thing. That's why they have two separate names. We're not leaving the Epstein stuff alone. Actually, tomorrow, there's going to be a big hearing where several of the Epstein victims are going to come out and talk. So I haven't seen much about this at all. I don't even know if it's a press conference or it's on a talk show, but apparently people are still talking about Epstein. Unfortunately for Donald Trump, he wants everybody to stop talking about it. We're not going to stop talking about it. We're just letting you know.
Hey, I wanna know what the fuck's going on too. So I hope they don't stop talking about it.
I know everybody except for Trump wants to know. I wonder why. And then here's a tweet from one of the people I like to watch on YouTube a lot, Cal Kalinske. He says, our fat retard president Donald Trump just signed an executive order punishing flag burning with a year in jail. Of course, there was that big Supreme Court case back in the day, I guess it was 1989, where the Supreme Court already ruled that it was a type of freedom of speech. And of course, it doesn't hurt anybody. Where do you stand on the issue of flag burning, Mo? Do you think it should be illegal and punishable by a year in jail for burning an American flag?
100%. 100%. I was raised with the assumption that like you don't drag the fucking American flag on the ground. I was raised under the assumption that that flag stands for, you know, my fucking ancestors and my fucking family members that died for fucking the freedom in this country. So no, you don't fucking burn the flag. End of story. End of story.
You can do whatever you want.
Sure.
It ain't hurting nobody.
And we can do whatever we want too. That's our fucking country.
So
if you burn an American flag in America, get the fuck out. If you don't speak the language, get the fuck out. Like these are easy.
There is no language. There's no official language. I think the Constitution specifically says there's no official language for the country.
English. We speak English here. Everybody knows that.
Maybe you do. I know people who are here who don't speak English.
Well, that data's been changing since, you know.
Florida State says creeps are everywhere, all shapes and sizes and ages. Just look at these female teacher predators. Man, those female teacher predators, they're always so hot. And it's like, how are these kids? I mean, I better not get into it, but I feel like, yeah, young and hot and creepers. How do those kids get so lucky? And how does that even?
Bro, did you see the meme on that with Stallone?
No.
It's my favorite one, bro. It's like teachers like today, and then teachers when I was in school. It's got Stallone in like a flower shirt. Bro, it's so fucking funny, dude.
NewsNow says, what about the dude who was in the bathrooms at Disney taking pictures? He needs to be in jail. Yeah, I didn't hear about that. Yeah, that's that
Lily. Yeah, we talked about that. That thing is a bit of an exception because they're not all like that, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not a good look.
Yeah, like I said, there's crazies in every group, pretty much. All
100%.
Right. And also, nobody's even talking about half this stuff. Russia bombed an American factory in Ukraine, and Trump never said anything about it. And then also, I think it's up to like 8 Americans now have been killed by Israel, the IDF, since the whole Palestine-Israel war started. And if like one American was killed in any other country, this would be like a huge, huge story. But it's like 8 Americans have been killed already, and nobody says anything about it. Nobody says anything when Russia bombs an American factory. Mo, are you still? Do you yet regret voting for Trump?
Oh hell no, because I just fear the alternative. Doesn't mean I agree with a lot of this shit. You know my feeling on global affairs. Stay the fuck out. But that ain't happening. Yeah, I mean, shit, we need to talk about it. If this shit's popping off, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why. Well, they want to say, you know, I saw the pictures of the bruised hand and, you know, even the stuff from yesterday. I don't know, man. I just hope he's well. And I just hope he gets back on the ball because how do you go from good meetings to this, right? Like that would be the question. Something had to happen. And if it wasn't his health, then, yeah, we need to know.
And I hope he's good, too, because I don't want J.D. Vance to be president. I think that'd be even worse. He's Peter Thiel's dude. DLC says, as a kid, I was a punk. I was anti-everything. I did things so I didn't fit in. Did you listen to Rage Against the Machine? Maybe some of it was for attention, but really,
even in the name of
was to make sure I didn't want to be accepted. I was kind of like that too. I was a bit of a jock too. I went in every direction, honestly. News Now says, what language do you speak other than English? Bro was undercutting himself. Mi español es muy bueno, gracias. Let's go.
Si. Bonjour.
Oh, oui, oui. Oh, sorry.
I actually did take French for 2 years. I failed it twice. I wiped my ass with my textbook, threw it out the window, and they let me finish my Regents diploma with a technology substitute because they didn't want me in class anymore. That was awesome.
French seems like a hard one to learn. It's like
I thought it would help me with the ladies later on in life. Even though I did actually get to utilize it when I lived in San Fran. I used to hang out at like Union Square.
Oh yeah.
I used to like all the tourists would hang out and smoke weed over there. So we would just like try to pick up chicks speaking French to like, you know, if they had an accent, you're like, we'll smoke some weed or whatever. But
I think as he said, now it's like I want to be different, but you have to accept me and understand me. Absolutely. French is our second language and can't speak a lick of it. Yeah, up in Canada, some of those places, I don't know if, I think French is the main language in Montreal. I can't remember exactly which ones, but some of the what do they call provinces? Some of the provinces in Canada, their main language is French because France used to
Yeah,
own
that's
the
Canada.
asses,
Yeah.
colonizers. Anything else about that happened in politics this week, or even the last 2 weeks since we didn't go live last week that you want to talk about?
Uh, nah, I think we pretty much covered all. Like I said, at the end of the day, never agree with everything Trump does or what the fuck's happened in this world. I just hope he's all right. Honestly,
Pray for Trump, everybody. Pray for
that's
Trump.
it.
I want to know what Trump thinks about how he's done so far as a president.
Look, I hate to do it, but I will do it. I would give myself an A plus. Is that enough? Can I go higher than that?
Nope.
All right, let's move on to our next
I thought I
topic.
lost you for a minute. I was like, the stream paused and then you disappeared.
Did it
All
pause
right,
on you?
we're
Sorry.
good. No, pause on me. It might have been
Okay.
my computer. Sorry.
We got the Web3 gaming topic, and we got a couple different things to talk about when it comes to Web3 gaming. Mo's always got the latest haps when it comes to this topic, and one thing he was telling me about was the new Solana gaming console. It's like an Xbox or a PlayStation, but it's the Solana. Man, what kind of games are they going to have on this? Are they going to have photo finish live?
Yeah, I think it's going to definitely be on the platform.
Let's go.
Yeah, and I mean, I wanted to look at this because again, it kind of shows the state of Web3 gaming and why most of the time I almost feel bad when I send you games because I'm like, well, I'm looking at it. Maybe I invested a few bucks. Maybe I'm playing it free to play. But at the end of the day, and always say this when we talk about them, I don't think most of these games are going to make it. I think 90% of them are going to fucking die. Hopefully, you can, if you spend any money, you can make it back, as exit liquidity on other people coming in and at least make your money back. But the fact that it's like nothing, we don't have consoles, we don't have Epic Games. I mean, they're trying. But if it's not catching fire anywhere else, let's just launch our own fucking console. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, people don't give a shit about Solana, but they're going to care about Solana's gaming console. Does that make sense? Like, that's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I don't really understand what the catch would be unless they have some awesome game that's not going to be, it's going to be exclusive to their console. Is it going to be like a Game Boy? It looks like it's a handheld.
Yeah, but it's probably going to play, like, Wi-Fi games through that you could play, like, on your phone.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Like I said,
I don't know. It's like a game changer for blockchain. It's like, it's going to be backed by Pengu. Bro, 6 months from now, nobody's going to give a flying fuck about Pengu, okay? We've learned anything.
I don't know. There's actually stuff going on. Pingu is the Pudgy Penguins coin, and now they got the Pudgy Party thing happening. And I just saw, I think it was Luigi from the Hood in my Discord server talking about he was involved in this somehow. The Pudgy Party was trying to get people to come to his Pudgy Party. I don't know. What's the Pudgy Party thing?
It's like Fall Guys, apparently. It's like crypto Fall Guys for Pudgy Penguins.
I like Fall
Yeah, I
Guys.
think that's what I sent you. I was like, let's cover this retarded fucking game. Yeah, I mean, Fall Guys was fun for a little bit. Fun fact, I actually own one of the rarest fucking trophies on fucking PlayStation by getting five wins on Fall Guys in a row.
Let's go. Getting
Yeah.
5 wins in a row. Oh, so like with like they put 100 people into the game when it starts.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Dang, that's crazy.
I won 5 full matches in a row, dude. And the last one was the hexagon one. I don't know if you ever played that. We got to like hop up, hop down. Like every time you jump twice on it, it breaks and you go down.
Yes. I remember
And
a
that was
little
the
bit.
finals. And dude, that was like my best. I was so good at like just hopping back and forth, timing the jumps and dropping down later than everybody else. And when I got to that, some fucking dude tried dropping me, bro. Last second, I landed right on the edge, and he fucking landed. We both fell, and he died before me. That's how I won.
Let's go.
I actually have a clip. I have a clip of it. I think maybe on my YouTube or saved somewhere.
You were
But shit was
recording when that
wild.
happened? That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, PlayStation's awesome because you can just hit the share button, and past 15 minutes, past 15 minutes, you could just bam go back and save it to a hard drive.
Oh wow. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a button
so
like
like,
that on Xbox. Like you only get like 15 seconds though, and it's when I snipe somebody on Call of Duty, I'll hit the button and
Nice.
save it as a clip. Yeah.
Like I use it on OBS on the PC. It's like the same thing, like replay, buffer, save it, whatever. But
Nice.
yeah, on PlayStation, I use that function quite a bit.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do y'all think in the chat? Are you excited about the gaming console? I think I saw the price tag on it around $400. I mean, to me, it depends on the game, but if you look at the Solana phone, you got a lot of airdrops for owning that Solana phone, especially that first one. So many that it paid for the phone and then some. So you'll probably get an airdrop if you buy this when it comes out. I hear it's already sold out too, though. I don't know. I don't know. I want one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I believe it is, yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, it's another step in the direction of Web3 gaming, crypto gaming. Is it gonna last? I I don't know, man. If off the grid can't get more traction and more hype, I don't see how any other game could really come in. Considering that game off the grid's been in development for what, since 2012? Not as a
Yeah.
blockchain title, but it's been in development since 2012. Plays phenomenal. They had some issues, and I feel like they jumped the gun on like balancing the game. They made it a little too easy, and it took away the skill gap. That's my opinion. Um, but yeah, I feel like if that game can't make it, then like, what the hell's gonna do it?
Well, I mean, I think if you look long term, we're gonna have that problem with AI in the future where people aren't gonna have jobs and they're gonna want to find games that make them money. And when you have these Web3 games that you can make money from, and people start to lose their jobs, 2 + 2 = 4. Florida State Makeover says all I play is Last of Us multiplayer every day. What is that? I don't think I heard of that one. Sound like
Last of
it's
Us multiplayer is fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, it actually plays. It's a lot like SOCOM. You ever played SOCOM? It plays like a lot like
It's
that.
been a while. I only play Call of Duty
But
and NBA 2K and a little bit
here's the
of boxing.
thing. Listen, because I'm with you, right? It's like, oh, it's gonna follow NFTs. It's gonna follow traditional markets, right?
Mhm.
Here's the problem with NFT gaming. If you look at the most negative impact and the most negative reviews on regular gaming, not crypto gaming, for the past 10 years, 15 years, it's always microtransactions, right? It's always pay to win. It's always this weird shit that people hate. Gamers hate this stuff.
Yeah, that's
So the
true.
fact when you start talking NFT gaming, Web3 gaming, if it's cosmetic only, and you come in and you buy a skin that's like fucking 500 or $1,000 and my guy glitters, you know what I'm saying, as I move around,
Yeah.
okay, I think people can get on board with that. But when it starts changing how easy it becomes for those people to play the game, and like you buy the best sniper rifle in the world, kind of like you do on off the grid, people don't seem to like that too much. They're like, oh, well, nah, I don't want to play against a bunch of fucking try-hard crypto bros that just made a bunch of money overnight and bought their weapons. Like, I'd rather go play something else.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, they got to think of a way to do it. Of course, if you have like simulation games like Photo Finish, I think that's okay to be pay to win. But
That's a little different because
Yeah.
you're using data and you're theory crafting, and I'm like the biggest proponent of that because I'm one of the few barns that's been positive earnings every single month on Photo Finish, and I've never raced in a major, ever. People don't believe it; they have to look it up. Ever.
nice. I mean, think about if they applied that to the Solana console and with other sports and did like fantasy football on there for crypto. I mean, that would be pretty popular, I think. Alboni says Trump did acknowledge the Ukraine factory being bombed and said he did not like it. That's all he said. I didn't like it. Right before he bragged about the picture, Putin and himself on a tarmac laughed about giving him a sign to pick. And they even wrote out the red carpet for him, too, for Putin when he got here. And they don't do that for hardly any. They don't do it for our allies. Like I've always said, I think Putin and Trump kind of working
You believe the
together.
right wing talking point about how those tarmacs have a lot of potholes and they rolled it down because it made it safer to walk on? Is that a bad talking point?
I haven't heard that.
I don't know if I
one.
believe it. I was trying to look. I saw like a little bit of both, but I never believe either. I don't know what the fuck I believe anymore with AI, but
True that.
it made sense. I'm like, well, if the tarmac is all fucked up and you want people fucking stepping in potholes, I'm like, maybe if you got some thick red carpet, but it didn't look like a thick red carpet to me. I'm just
Yeah,
using
they're
my eyes
very
here.
thick, but I mean, it makes sense that you don't want him to twist his ankle walking down the carpet. That would be pretty bad. All right, let's talk about crypto. The first thing I want to talk about on crypto is the World Liberty Financial Coin. It just dropped the other day, September 1st. So I guess that was yesterday. You can see where Donald Trump Jr. Tweeted it's a big day. They're launching the WLFI token. They want everybody to get in and buy America First, freedom and finance. And of course, you saw the distribution, and a lot of big bags had those coins.
Bags going to the
So what had happened
founders?
was, as soon as it launched, it rugged. A lot of people lost a lot of money, but one person who
Surprise.
didn't lose a lot of money was Trump. His family made $5 billion wealth surged by $5 billion after that rug. So the president is rug pulling people. How do we feel about that? I guess Trump. I mean,
I feel
Mo,
like it's
you
his
voted
family
for
members
this.
doing it, these fucking dumbasses. But have we not learned? I mean, the Trump coin was one thing, but then did we not learn with the Melania and what we learned from the connected wallets and all the fucking bubble data that we have by now? Have people not learned? Why are you buying? Why are people buying this shit?
The people
My
buying it are the
Lord.
ones that are support Trump the most. The people that are like new to it and putting a bunch of money into it because it's Trump and he's been talking about Word Liberty Financial and Trump Jr. just told me to buy some, so I'm gonna go buy
Well,
a
Trump
bunch of
Jr. said to buy it. That's what I'm saying. Like people,
them.
you know,
Okay.
so separated. Is fucking, you know, just saying. I'm not out there fucking smoking crack because the fucking Biden family told me to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, I mean, listen, I wouldn't touch that shit. I wouldn't buy that with my worst enemy's money, honestly.
I mean, if I knew about the launch or whatever, and I could get in early, they've been talking about this coin for a while, so I would have expected it to have done really well. They must have really planned how they were going to rug this and rug it fast to have it set up the way it did. And a lot of people lost a lot of money. And
How long has it been since a Melania coin? Because let's put our human psyche test here. About what you get the 6 month check mark is when people start to forget things, right?
that sounds about right. I mean, I didn't learn anything from it because I bought the Trump coin at $4 and sold it at like $60. So, and then I got
No,
rugged.
from the Trump coin, yeah. I mean, I bought it 7 and I sold a shit ton on the way up and held up to 70. But the point is, like, we learned when Melania launched the day after, and we started seeing all the data and how they're linked and who's
Could have
fucking
been
running the
next
show
Trump,
behind
though.
the
We don't
scenes.
know when Trump launches a coin. Is it going to be the next Trump coin or is it going to be the next Melania coin?
There is no more next one because it's just like the reason why Pump Fund died and these fucking things died because once you know the formula and you understand how it works, it just doesn't work anymore until somebody invents a new formula. So you're not going to just use the same old fucking tried and true because that's no longer going to work.
100% true. Florida State says it's all diplomacy, man. If you're asking this not to chill out on bombing and killing people, what you want to do is be a little bit nice to him and roll out the red carpet. I guess.
I mean, yeah, kill them with kindness, you know, keep your friends close, enemies closer. I'm on board with that.
Florida State says a fool and their money will soon be departed. All right, and another coin that everybody loves to talk about is the OMI token. It pumped. Of course, the Moon Boys were going wild on Twitter. It was last
How much
week.
did it pump?
I don't know how. What was? Did it go up to like 0005 at one point? But then it came back down. But then it went back up again. I'm not exactly
You
sure
got out.
why it pumped like it did. And even whenever it pumped and it came back down, you can see from the chart that it got another pump after it. So I don't know if there's new people buying. I mean, I've always said every time it pumps, it can't be sustained because there's too many people holding big bags and they sell every time. So maybe if there's enough buying pressure coming in, that maybe it could actually pump. It was surprising to see it pump as much as it did in that little bit of time. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Rob T says that's why we need mined coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Monero. How does that help? It sounds like you're right, though. I just don't understand.
Well, by having a mine coin, it just creates a finite supply instead of an infinite, right? So
Well, that's always good.
if, yeah, well, exactly. And there's always workarounds like, oh, what do we do when we run out? Well, that's when you get like halvings and all these, you know, other mechanisms you can put into place. But yeah, I mean, again, I keep saying this, but like, I love NFTs, crypto. I love the idea of it all. I think it's going to be long-term sustainable. But I don't know if I'm really trying to fundraise for my fucking grandchildren anymore. Like, I'm worried about me.
You should be. I don't know what the economy's going to
You know
do
what I
over the
mean?
next few years. We got somebody taking over the country. It's kind of scary. Alboni says GTA supposedly will have cryptocurrency.
Well, that was supposed to help. Trump taking over again was supposed to help me with my fucking Bitcoin and my digital assets and tax fucking relief. It was supposed to help me in all these fucking regards. You know what I'm saying?
It
At the
made
same
sense
time, well,
since we were going to have a pro-crypto president that it would, but the problem is the pro-crypto president is a con man and he wants all the gains. He don't want you, he wants your money. He don't want to give you gains. I always said that too when I got into crypto. I was like, rich people are never going to let poor people get rich. That's not going to happen.
well, that's how you maintain control.
You let a couple get
You know what I'm
rich, but you're
saying?
not going to let a lot get rich. That's what I'm saying.
Of course, because if you don't let a couple get rich, then the fucking poor think there's no shot.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if a few get rich here and there, they're like, oh, well, that could be me. But at the
Exactly.
same time, it's being tempered at the top by the people with the money and the people with the control, to make sure that you're nothing more than a brick in the wall, right? A fucking cog in the machine. That's pretty much all it is. And listen, I was just having this conversation yesterday, the day before. It starts this way from fucking birth, right? You're born to your parents. You're basically a slave to your parents as a baby. Then they take you and they put you in the fucking education system where you're basically, supposed to fucking obey every fucking word that these teachers say, right? And then you fucking go through that whole fucking process. And then you get down to the real world. And then that's when you're supposed to like either blossom or just become another brick in the wall, right? And that's like the old Pink Floyd album.
Yep.
It really is true. And the older I get, again, like the more I fucking see it. And it's wild.
All right, I wanted to check this out real quick because I keep hearing people say that GTA is going to have cryptocurrency and NFTs, and then I hear other people say no, and then I hear other people say it's confirmed. I asked
Not
AI,
happening.
although that's really not the best source, but AI says no. It is not confirmed cryptocurrency. There's some rumors. Some YouTubers and streamers like Aiden Ross have talked about creating their own GTA 6 servers with a cryptocurrency-based economy, but it's not part of the official game. And there's a fictional in-game currency. Some theories suggest a fictional cryptocurrency, possibly used for satire, might be part of the game's economy, similar to the in-game stock market in a previous title. Man, if you could
That makes sense.
if you get in early though and get that game and find out what their fake crypto that they're using in the game is, and then create a meme coin for that crypto before anybody else, rich.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that Rockstar could do against that if somebody were to create a coin, because to place an injunction on a cryptocurrency, like they're not going to get anything done. What can happen and will not happen, and I promise you this, we will get Captain America #1 on BB before Aiden Ross or FaZe or any of these fucking retards start launching crypto projects on Rockstar. I promise you this. Rockstar, I know people, trust me, I'm promising you this right now. They are not going to allow, they will cease and desist just like they did on the previous GTA. They will cease and desist overnight. Overnight, they do not want that shit directed and linked to their game. They just do not.
I can see that, yeah. But I could also see those influencers pretending that they're going to do that and then rug pulling before they actually do it.
Oh,
Rob,
for sure.
Rob T says the
I
price.
still have Aiden Ross and all those FaZe dumbasses wallets from the day,
Yeah, keep an
from
eye
the
on
stream
them.
that day when they leaked it.
I would run trackers on them. Rob T says the price of OMI is being manipulated. I did see where Crypto Bro, and Crypto Bro's always doing these type of tweets, and I don't feel like he doesn't really ever necessarily concretely prove what he's saying, but he says Mexi's OMI holdings have dropped from 1.3 million, while OMI claimed that they have over 2 billion on the exchange, and even presented fake evidence to support it. I don't know. Can anybody confirm? I know there was that video that they put out that was supposedly supposed to prove that the founders weren't selling their tokens. However, he's saying that that was fake. Rob T says, and you can start to mine from the beginning and not just having founders giving a ton of coins. You may not get in early, but the distribution of the coin is more organic. Exactly. Also, they use market cap when talking about OMI like it's a stock. Yet, if you buy up OMI, you don't have any ownership. Why would you not have ownership of your OMI tokens? You could put that in your wallet. Rob T says, mark your calendars for Yu-Gi-Oh! Air Max 95. Yes, that sounds like something that'd be worth a ton. Be a 10-minute draw.
Real quick, I just want to, when it comes to the mining of the crypto, because that is true. Like, there is no getting in early and having founders pack their bags, right?
Yeah.
But here's what we're missing, if that was the case. And we saw it. Remember with remember the price of graphics cards?
Yeah.
Bitcoin mining started to become a thing. So trust me, somebody was profiting off of that. And just because they're not profiting on founders' bags, there are people that have more than enough money to make sure that exactly what to buy and when to buy it to make sure that they're still making the same amount of money that they would on a rug pull. But it just might be on graphics cards or something else. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep. Always.
yeah.
Rob T
there's
says
always another narrative for somebody.
you don't have ownership of a company with crypto like you would with the stock. That's the difference between crypto and stock, though. Yeah, I mined Ethereum and Monero.
Well, not
earlier.
yet.
And yes, I bought those cards and made a lot of money doing it. Used to have rigs. Yeah, I wish I would have gotten to that back in the day. Was a miner. I think Big A did some mining too. Mine's ETH. All right, and the other thing in crypto, somebody mentioned it that I won a giveaway. I don't necessarily remember signing up for a giveaway, but
Congrats.
it's on Candy, and all of my stuff on Candy is DC except for one free MLB NFT that I got. Now, this is my second MLB NFT, and there's only 99 of them, and I got number 4. Unfortunately, his jersey number is not number 4. It's a Baltimore Orioles player. And I looked him up, and he's a catcher, and he's batting like 217 right now, which is not very good. But catchers are usually not great batters, so I don't think it's like a great player or anything. It said the last sale was $65 on it, and none are listed on the market, so I'm probably going to put this up for sale tonight. And Stuff on Candy has been selling for me. I'm afraid to list my comics because all my comics sell. You got any stuff still over there on Candy Mo?
Oh, I got tons of shit. Yeah, so I got all my Superman comics. I got pretty much everything. Got my back Cal.
You got
I
any
have a
MLB
ton
or
of-
WWE stuff on there?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I have some really, really low mint MLB stuff.
Oof.
Like Catfish Hunter or some shit. I got like
He's a
single
Hall of
digit.
Famer. Catfish Hunter, the Hall of
Oh,
Famer.
yeah.
I used to have his
Robin.
autograph.
I got a Robin Yunt, I think, super low number. I had like a number 1 somebody. Craig Biggio, I think. I had number 1 Craig Biggio Epic
So I guess
purple
a
one.
bunch of old school guys on there. Do they got like really old school? Can I get a Clemente or a Mickey Mantle? That's what I like.
I mean, by now they might. Not when I was on there.
It's probably expensive.
And I
though.
did a lot of my damage on there when back when we used to talk about it going for DC drops. I guess that's before they were on Candy, but around that time. Back with
Yeah.
Palm, I guess, those days.
Rob T says, what player did you get? Samuel Basayo. Did you get Adley Rush? Nope, did not get Adley Rush. I was looking through my baseball cards, though, the other day to look for stuff to sell on eBay because stuff is selling. And I put some stuff on there that, I mean, this was like, I wouldn't say my junk pile, but stuff that I didn't think was worth anything. And it's selling like hotcakes over there. So I guess the market is up a bit. All right, let's move to our last topic. We'd like to talk about what we've been watching for the last week, and in this case, the last 2 weeks, since we didn't stream last week. And one thing, I think it was Rob T's been trying to get me to watch, and I keep saying I'm going to watch it, Altered Carbon, and I did watch it. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I kind of liked the story. It's kind of Matrixy, where it's like your soul, your consciousness is like in a chip in the back of your neck, and when your body dies, you just take the chip out and put it in another body. And if you got some money, you can upgrade to a really nice body with muscles and stuff. So, I mean, I like the whole story behind it. I mean, I didn't know Netflix did porn now. I mean, I remember Skinamax when I was a kid, but this is way more porny than Skinamax was back in the day. Sorry about that. We got frozen there for a second. No volume. Can you hear me now? Looks like we got frozen. Did you hear what I said about the peni? It was a little porny for me. But it was a good story, so if you don't mind a little bit of peni and vagina, then check out Altered Carbon. It's like I said, it's kind of like a Matrixy type show. Can you hear me now, Rob T? Sorry about that. And the other show, I was looking for something to watch that I found. I missed it all. Rob T, what I was saying about, sorry about that, was Altered Carbon, was I watched the first 2 episodes of it, and I was getting into it because it's a really good show, and I was explaining the premise of this show where it's like your consciousness is like in a chip in the back of your neck, and if your body dies, then you just take your consciousness out and put it into another body, and if you have a bunch of money, you can upgrade your body and have a real nice body. But the problem is there were just too many vaginas and peni. I mean, every couple of minutes, there were naked people, and they were humping a lot and making all these noises, and my kid was walking through and hearing the noises, so although it was a good story, I didn't want to keep watching it because it was just a little too freaky for me. I didn't even know Netflix did stuff like that. I don't think there'd be a lot more sexual stuff. Plus, it was supposed to have, and tell me about this, Rob T, because every advertisement I saw for this show had the dude who plays Sam Wilson, Captain America, in it. But I'm 2 episodes in, and I've never seen that guy once. So maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. The other show I was watching on Netflix was Sneaky Pete. And I picked this one out just because that actor, I think his name is Giovanni Ribisi. I don't know what movies I've seen him in. He's in a bunch of stuff. I can't think, maybe he's in like mob movies or something. I see him everywhere. And I knew that he was a good actor, so I started watching it. And it's pretty good. It's about this Giovanni Ribisi. He goes by Pete the whole time, but his name's actually not Pete. He was in jail with this guy named Pete for like 3 years, and the guy named Pete would talk about his childhood all the time. And when this guy got out of jail, there was like some dude trying to kill him, and he had to find a place to hide. So he goes to his cellmate Pete's family. Pete's been in jail for like over 20 years, so they don't know what he looks like now. So he pretends he's Pete, and he gets to, gets attached to the family. they run a bail bonds thing. They got people trying to kill him, and he's like some professional con man. The whole time he's trying to con people. The stories are kind of, I mean, I think it was just good acting and good character development, because the stories themselves, it's just like those Ocean's 11 movies where it's like this con that they had planned out, and you see this stuff happen, and it's like, oh, but really he knew that was going to happen because he had done this previously. We didn't show you that. And it's like, come on, man. Some of it's a little bit hard to believe, especially now that they're in season 2, and it's like they had everything planned out for season 1. That was really good, but then you get to season 2 and they're like, all right, we got to come up with something else, and they start coming up with some crazy stuff that's hard to believe. So it's, I mean, it's a
Well, you know what he's in?
What is he in?
But he's in one of my favorite movies of all time.
What is it?
See if you get the quote. We gotta play shadow games, Memphis. We can't play shadow games, Kip. The cops will be on to us.
It sound like Raising Arizona or Pulp Fiction.
I think you had the actor right on the first movie.
Was it Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah.
What is it?
See if Chad gets it.
Oh,
I
wait.
gave,
No, not Face Off. I don't know.
nope, not Face Off. And it's not Put Down the Bunny. Not Con Air.
Leaving Las Vegas?
Even though I do love Con Air is one of my favorite movies, bro, with Dave Chappelle.
Con Air is one of my favorite movies of all time with John Malkovich.
Well, the movie is, yes, great movie. The movie is Gone in 60 Seconds. There it is. Then you got it.
Oh, he's in that. I've never seen that.
Whoa, you never seen the new Gone in 60? Well, it's a remake, I guess, with Cage and Angelina Jolie.
I've never seen any Gone in 60 Seconds movie.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch the Cage one, bro. It's phenomenal. He plays the kid brother, Kip.
Nice.
Dude, it is it's probably one of the best movies of all time, honestly.
He's got to be in some other stuff too, because I haven't seen that, and his face looks so familiar to me. Rob T says you saw.
He was in Boiler Room.
Boiler Room's definitely
Boiler Room.
I definitely know him from that, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Other than that, I don't really know him from anything else.
Then he says my wife's watching True Blood. It's almost a straight up porn, isn't that? Like Twilight or something, where they're vampires.
That was a vampire show. It was on HBO for a while. You know, it's actually a really, really good show, but they all right. The early season or maybe 2 of True Blood was completely different. Yeah, it was all about fucking, and like they took this vampire blood, which made them really horny and shit. Me and my girl actually watched when we started dating. That show was out at the time. She caught up on it because I was already watching it. But that show gets really good, actually. I'm just saying that actually turned out to be a very good show, beginning to end. If you've
I
never
mean,
seen it.
I kind of liked Twilight. My ex-wife, made me watch all the Twilights with her, and I was kind of like them the
You
whole
would
thing.
love True Blood.
But
Oh,
with
you
it-
didn't. You 100% love True Blood.
But at the end of Twilight, man, it just ruined the whole freaking thing. There's a big giant fight scene. People are dying. It's like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah,
And
no, they
all of a
don't.
sudden, it's like,
They don't ruin this.
that didn't really happen. Haha, everybody goes home instead. It's like, oh, you just ruined the whole trilogy. He's asleep
I
for
never saw
season
a piece of Twilight. Not a single minute of it. Not that I'm against it. I just never.
Like she twisted my arm. That was like the
Saw
one
it.
thing she made me watch. Rob T says the guy you saw in season 1 main character sleeve. In season 2 he takes the other sleeve. It's the Sam Wilson guys as a sleeve. Yeah, I mean if they weren't just naked all the time, I'd be more into it. He says he was great in Boiler Room and My Name Is Earl. I only watched a little bit of My Name Is Earl. I'll probably recognize him in that too. I didn't
Was
watch
he
it
in My
all.
Name Is Earl? I like that show. That's
Yeah,
a
it
show
was-
I should binge.
Yeah, it's good. There's not a lot of sex.
I like the
scenes
cast on
anymore.
that. I like the girl. Forget her name. She's funny. And then the big heavy set dude, the big fat guy. He's funny as shit.
Yes. What's this? Angie, hottest role. I don't know Angie. I didn't see that one. Captain America actor is the sleeve for season 2. Gotcha. Haven't made it through a full episode. Know what I'm saying? Oh, whoa, chill, bro. What about you,
Jesus.
Mo? What have you been watching the last couple of weeks?
They finished up the scavenger hunt. That was kind of wild. People got maced.
Of course.
Somebody's in jail. She's probably looking at like 10 years for public assault with a paintball gun. What else? Honestly, dude, I haven't really been watching anything because a game that I played like a year ago, Escape from Tarkov, I played a while ago, but this other game called Delta Force is like Escape from Tarkov, but SOCOM. So it's like real military, like, you know, those type of maps. Like you have like the desert and the jungle and the fucking urban warfare, right?
Nice. Yeah.
So this shit came out on console, and I played it on PC, and I suck with a mouse and keyboard. So I'm like, oh, if console ever gets a Tarkov game, that's it for me. Well, 2 weeks ago, we got it. Week and a half ago, we got it. Dude, I can't stop. Can't stop playing it.
Nice.
It's so good. Any free time, I'm trying to do like these assessment tests to get like online work with tech support. They just keep having me take tests. I'm like, one screen's got Delta Force. I'm like looting up, going out, trying to fucking get my gear and not die to some fucking dumbass hiding in a bush, you know? Because whatever you go in with, if you die, you lose it. Whatever you extract and come out with, you keep. And some of these weapons and stuff are worth a lot of money. But it's
Damn,
not
that's
real
kinda
money.
cool.
See what I'm saying?
I like that system.
A game like this on crypto or Web3 was going to be Doc's game. That's what Doc's game was going to be this, but crypto Web3. A shame that's not happening because, man, it's such a good loop. Like me and my boys just playing it nonstop.
I mean, a game like that, crypto makes sense, honestly. 'Cause you
But it
lose
does. But
everything
then again,
anyway.
like I said, if you start putting advantages in, then people are kind of like, well,
Well-
now it's like, oh, if you want to play, you have to put in the grind. You have to do the mission, sneak out into the woods.
What
And,
if it's a game where you don't play against other players? You team up with other players against the computer, like waves or higher levels, and then you have pay to win with that, and it's not against other players. That might make more sense, and people would be less
Well-
offended by it.
Yeah, but the point of these extraction shooters is that you have the PvE VP. Like that's what makes them so intense. Like you're going into these zones where it's like you have points of interest where it's like a compound that has, AI and bots, But you also have players on the map that are also trying to infiltrate the same compound, so it becomes like, a game
Oh,
of
yeah, it's
chicken,
definitely
like
more
who's
fun
gonna
that
run.
way. But then again,
Right, so
AI is getting
you know.
better, so maybe AI can start being the other team. DLC said there's $1 million gold bar treasure hunt that just started in Canada. I actually meant to look into it tonight. Is that the one I talked about a few weeks ago? There was this hunt from where this guy wrote this book, and the person who finally found it buried it again and started giving out his own clues for people to find it, and it's worth, I think, $1 million too. I thought it was up in Canada. It might be the same thing, DLC. I forget what it was called though. I'm cutting in and out. That's all right. We're about to wrap up anyway. I don't know what's up with the connection. Everything should be working fine right now. Maybe my kid is in there playing some high-tech game that's taking up my bandwidth. Shout out to Grandma Moore's in the chat. Good to see you. So I just watched Running Point on Netflix. Awesome girl power movie. Plus, it's about basketball. Running Point. That sounds pretty good. Good stuff.
What's your favorite basketball movie?
Probably White Men Can't Jump. I'm trying to think. Well, have you ever saw Above
That's
the
a good
Rim?
one.
Above the Rim was really good too. It has Tupac in it. I forget which basketball
Above the
player.
Rim.
And then the Blue Chips. I saw that when that first came out with Penny.
Love me Blue Chips with Nick Nolte.
I'm sure you like Penny. I know you like Penny, so I'm sure you like Blue Chips.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite basketball
But-
movie?
I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. First of all, I really like Basketball Diaries with DiCaprio.
Yeah, I never saw it.
That movie's intense, dude. It's not a funny movie. It's a really dark, crazy movie. It's really good though. But honestly, it sounds really fucking weird. But
Juwanna Man?
no, Love and Basketball. I don't know why I like that movie.
Who's
It's
in
like
it?
right up there. I think it's Omar Epps
Oh, yeah, I think I remember.
and some other chick, and like she's a basketball player, he's a basketball player. Like they're both trying to go pro to try to make their relationship work and get to college, and like his dad's interfering, and like I don't know. I love that movie. It's yeah, it's right up there for me.
Shout out to DLC says the first clue was a poem. Yeah, it's the same one. If you go back and watch that video, I got a little information for you on there. Royalty says thanks, even though you shit on my altered carbon. I mean, I didn't. Like I said, it was a good show, but I mean, I got a kid running around. I can't be watching porn with my kids running around. It's pretty hard.
Well, if you like the premise of Altered Carbon,
Mhm.
I don't know if you ever watched Upload, but it's similar, except it's
Upload.
done from Dan Harmon, who wrote The Office.
Yeah.
That to me, I think that's. I know most people disagree. I think Upload is far superior of a show to more witty than Altered Carbon. But it's only their consciousness. Like their consciousness gets uploaded, and they basically live their life in the cloud.
Is it a
But it's
comedy?
really almost spoiled.
Dan Harmon usually does comedies.
It's like a dramedy, yeah. It's a dramedy.
Nice.
It's great. I think it's great. I don't know if it's coming back for season 3, but yeah, I definitely recommend that too.
Yeah. Anything planned for this weekend? Do you know when I'm gonna be able to race my horse, because it says ready in 1 season? So when's that cutoff?
Well, 1 season, so the new season will be 3 weeks from now.
Ugh. All right. 3 weeks then, I guess. Unfortunately, you got anything planned for this weekend or this week coming up?
No, just racing, trying to level up my guy in Delta Force. Yeah, and listen, for anybody, even on PFL, man, like they kind of revamped the schedule. The new season just started last week, and we didn't talk about it, but they revamped the schedule. They adjusted a lot of pricing, and I mean, it's crazy because it used to cost $10 to join a race, and I would join. It would be like 5 horses, right? 6 horses, and you win. All right, cool. $10, I get back 25. $20, whatever. Take second, you're lucky if you get back $2, $3 your entry fee. Cool, I didn't lose money. But now it's like it's $5 to get in an allowance. But there's usually so many horses now, whereas like even if you take second, I feel like I'm making more money, and I'm already up way more profit in 1 week, racing lower value than I have been the past couple seasons. So it's definitely working what they're doing. It makes sense.
Yeah, I like the fact that the races are cheaper to get into. Definitely. Didn't you
Well, they
see?
should be. Come in for $1 or $2 with claimers, right? If you
Right.
find something you like, put him in an allowance for 5. Cool, he likes that. Put him in a stakes for 750 to 10. Cool, they like that. Maybe you start buying a better horse, and now you're racing for 10K on the championship Sunday,
Boom.
yeah,
Yeah,
Saturday.
they got
Like,
tournament style stuff too. You can get a good horse from watching those claiming races and claiming a good horse for cheap. Daniel
yeah,
says he likes Rebound the Goat, the Earl Manigault story. I feel like Earl Manigault is one of the legends that's on 2K that I never knew who he was. So maybe something I like. OT says Balt's a Hoosiers guy. I watched Hoosiers a long time ago, probably a couple times. I mean, I wasn't that impressed with it, honestly. I like Blue
Breezes was
Chips
good.
better. It was alright, I guess.
Yeah, Blue Chips was, dude, that was like the movie growing up, bro. Penny and Shaq, Larry Bird.
Oof. I forgot Larry Bird was in that. Daniel C says Rebound is based off a true story of the best basketball player, to never make it pro. I've heard the name before. Earl Manigault. Definitely heard that. Oh, I might check that out. Is it on Netflix though? All I got right now is like Netflix and Paramount. That's the only thing, 2 things I've been watching. I'm trying to find something to watch. I've been trying to find Heroes so I could start watching that again, but I can't find it anywhere. I might just buy the DVDs one day. All right, Mo, I'm about to wrap it up. Anything you want to add before we end the stream?
No, that's it. I'm gonna go. Been trying to do some fantasy rankings while I've been sitting here,
Smart.
while maintaining a decent conversation. But yeah, no, good stuff as always. I appreciate it, chat. Thanks for tuning in, and then we'll see you next Tuesday.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Like Mo said, we'll see you next Tuesday. We'll be live again, 6 to 8 p.m. I'll be working on another eBay video pretty soon, probably. I haven't even started on
Oh,
it.
last one was good.
Oh,
Sorry, I
thank
meant to tell you.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I like them. I like them, man. Keep them up. And yeah, chat. If you guys aren't watching them, I don't really like to consume much YouTube, but I don't know. I like those. I like seeing those types of stories. Good stuff.
I gotta work on my audio, man. It's like the sound effects were way too loud, and I don't know how to freaking fix it. But I'm gonna watch a couple YouTube videos and try to work out the audio. That's the next thing I'm working on. And I got a couple more coming for sure. So keep your eyes open for that. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thank you, Mo, for being here with me as always, and we'll see y'all next
Yes,
week.
sir.